We have the approval of 4 sets of minutes, one for August the 1st, a public hearing, regular city council meeting August the 8th, special call city council meeting September the 1st, special call city council meeting, public hearing September the 6th, and special call city council meeting for a budget workshop September the 6th. Do we have a motion?
I make the motion that we cover the meeting, but also I think we have an insert for September the 6th. Did everyone see the insert?
So you want to make your motion to include the insert?
Yes, sir.
A motion has been made to accept the minutes as read, but to include the insert. That is obviously a correction. Do we have a second? Second by Randy Sayers. All those in favor? Any opposed? Let the record show. Okay, you second? Okay. Alton second, I'm sorry. Let the record show that it passed unanimously with the exception of Councilmember Tommy Adams, who's not here. Please let the record show that Randy Sayers is now here. Okay, I'm going to do something that I haven't done before, but I'm going to ask the council to bear with me on that. And I'm going to drop down to item 8 on the budget. On the agenda. The reason why is because Eddie Hopkins is here from the school. He has illness in his family, and he also has to attend the Jasper School Board meeting here just for a while. So, would you like to come forth and present the operating budget for the Jasper Economic Development Corporation, of which you serve?
For the record, Mr. Mayor, the illness is Carrie's family. Her mom is very ill, and she's at MD Anderson with her. But I would like to come tonight and just present the 2011-2012 proposed budget for Jasper Economic Development. I hope that all of you have a copy of it. And it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have with that. And I think it is up for proposal to be approved tonight, I believe.
Is the longevity pay, that's something that's been added to this budget for this year for Carrie, or due to her been for 5 years? Is that?
Ms. Norsworthy, what I've been told is that we're trying to model our personnel policy and pay scale similar to what the city's is, and I think all these numbers were gotten from the city's personnel office. This new salary for her does include a 3% increase that she did not get in May when the other city employees did, but I think that's the only difference, that and probably the longevity pay. You can see that our tax income, which is a positive thing for Jasper, we do appreciate what we get from the sales tax, and it has held good. Actually, we are averaging about $75,000 a month, our portion of the income, and we're proposing that conservatively about $825,000 in income for 2012, which ought to be a positive thing for Jasper. We want it to continue.
Mr. Hudson, is there any prospects you're working on?
Yes, sir. We've got several right now that we are visiting with, and I wish Miss Ellis was here because she's intimately involved with those discussions. But we have one very good prospect. We helped Tara Biochem, that should be online mid-year of 2012. They're going to employ a number of people. We're excited about them coming on board. They're out at in East Jasper at the old LP plant. And then there are a couple of more prospects that, the bad part about it is you're out in there and you're actually bidding against other communities. And we really like to be able to give them a good product. And I would love to say that we could do that. We just need our publicity to be a little better.
But that's one of my concerns. I was out there last night, and I just found too much good at that thing even in progress. I mean, we're being worked on and everything, but and in the future, I know it may not be always easy to do so, but I'd like to hire locally if we could.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to do that.
That is one of the requirements that we have, and we really want to stick to that, especially the personnel that are going to be the long-term people. A lot of the construction folks may come from, because of the crafts they serve, may have to come from other places, but the long-term people, that's one of our goals, and we really stress to do that. Okay.
Any questions?
Well, I do appreciate what y'all do for us, and if we meet, we'd love to have you guys there to ask questions, and vice versa. If you ever have any questions for us, we'll make sure Carrie's here. And I appreciate you, Mr. Mayor, for moving us up on the agenda.
Always, sir. Glad to cooperate. Do we have a motion? The approval of Jasper Economic Development Corporation's operating budget. Motion by Mr. Sayers, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Terry at Northworthy, is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
School board starts at 7. Y'all are welcome if you'd like to come.
Okay. And is there any opposition? Let the record show that it passes unanimously. Miranda, are you still here? You forgot your little lid, this box. Okay, we have item number 2, consider ordinance 911-1 setting and establishing the 2011-2012 fiscal year operating budget. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Mr. Sayers, is there a second? Second. Second by Alton Scott, is there any discussion?
Discussion. With the Chamber of Commerce, their budget for 2012. And I just have just a brief question about them. I think we allocated $175,000 for them. But I just hate to approve a budget where the line items are zeroed out. I'd like in the future, I don't know if the other council will approve this or not, below the line items to be allocated on here.
Well, only problem is that they don't know what they're gonna do because the people don't give them their money requests come in during the year of our fiscal year budget. They don't have the request far enough in advance to commit their money. Before, when we had it, we gave them this amount. We never have been able to go back and say, we're gonna give Jasper Radio Club $6,000 because they don't start submitting their applications until the new fiscal year comes in.
And so when is that fiscal year? When does their fiscal year come in? It's January or October when we come in, or?
They're taking applications. They take them late summer, and then the committee gets together and meets on it and allocates it at that time, and then we could have them bring it back for council approval, but that's not going to be beforehand because of the time lapse.
Can I say something, Terry?
Yes, sir.
We do still have the overall say on that money. So what I'm saying is that when they come up with these things at a later date, council does end up approving. Am I correct?
Well, y'all turn that over to y'all approve the budget up to the amount that they can spend.
Right, but generally they report back to us what those expenditures are
They
going to be.
come back in with that you gave it to them, and they have a committee members, a committee that meets, and then they send their recommendations to us.
Isn't that about November?
No, they do that all year long, every month. We're possibly may get one, and it depends on if an event is 3 months out, they may send it to us with stipulation that they need to know an answer right now. They have met, and they need, X number of funds for whatever their committee has approved.
So you say that they can apply for these funds at any time, if there's not a certain cutoff time for them?
They can't apply to anything earlier than our fiscal year. So if we're right now, we're spending money and we're saying we're going to allocate X number of dollars, it depends on when their tournament time is falling. If it falls past in October, then that's going to fall into the next fiscal year. So there may be sending an application in August, but it may not fund until October.
And all of the other budget items on here have line items, and we know exactly where the money is going.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
this one is just lumped in $175,000, and we don't know exactly where the allocations are going.
Yes, ma'am, but that's the same way we did last year. And the year before, and the year before that. Y'all have always just gave us.
Because some of those we don't know yet. I mean, there's that hotel money, it's available, and they set aside so much that they're going to allocate. And sometimes events come up, and I'm sure they leave some open for future events that they don't know about.
The basic thing that is, the Chamber of Commerce is usually $1,800 a month for their portion of it. And then we have some of the historical maintenance and stuff on the Beatty Orton House. that we can automatically go ahead and, you know, put in, but anything else, I don't have that information, and they don't have that information until it gets up to it, unless you want to say, I don't know.
And keep in mind that this money we can't use for anything else.
Well, I understand that, but however, you know,
I-
money's been allocated out. I
Yeah,
think the
I-
person knows exactly where it's
You know, I
going.
understand what you're saying, because I joined with you in having questions about it last year.
Now, I saw it too, as one thing about now, it could be, it just concerning, man. It could be if one or two people, hold up the lion's share of this money, but this council doesn't know anything about it. So all we know is $155,000 going out somewhere. We don't know who's getting it now, who's getting it, and what amount. So if we got some favoritism, we got some people here, I know I don't think it's happening, but it could. But 2 or 3 could be getting a lion's share of the money. And we don't know anything about it. We won't have no way of knowing.
In your budget book,
Yeah.
in the 2011 projected balances, that column tells you where the money has been spent thus far this year for hotel motel taxes. We can request that, and I can request it from the committee, but if that's what y'all would like to do in the future.
It's about 8 people serve on that committee, 6.
I'm not.
I think it's 8, and they take their original applications like in August, and then they sift through them, and the executive committee meets and allocates the money, and we can
meet
get a
every
list
month.
and bring it back. Well, they meet every month, but I mean, the line share is done and they have a meeting. We could get everything they've got promised and show you what's left over.
Well, they have meetings, business meetings, and they got, committee people and all that kind of stuff, so it should be no problem for them to give the council a update on whatever they're doing. It should be that. We need to take one, I'm sure they can do. There should be no problem. Hopefully we can get something from you.